This is Just a Thought, episode number 33, Feeling Stuck. Not many people know this about me, but I love stuff. And not even really nice stuff. I like really nice stuff, but I'm attracted to garbage. Like boxes and jars and papers and shoes and clothes with holes in them and broken things. I can come up with a use for anything. And I really do like the idea of reusing and recycling. So, just like everything else, there's a pro and a con to my attitude when it comes to garbage. But growing up, I saved everything that I could. I saved candy wrappers and I saved every paper I wrote or drew on, it seems like, because I thought that one day when I was famous, people would want to see where I humbly began learning to doodle and draw and write. Anyway, it's funny. But when my husband and I got married, we filled up a van with boxes and boxes of my stuff. And about 10 years ago, my friend was helping me go through stuff because I really wanted to declutter. I felt like my stuff had become a burden to me. And I was thinking thoughts like, I hope my house burns down so that I don't have to worry about all this stuff. And I realized, oh my goodness, why not just let things go? Why have this heaviness and this resentment towards my stuff? So she was helping me go through my stuff. And she said, honestly, Christina, most of this stuff, the stuff we were going through at the time is just garbage. I think you should just throw it away. And this was my box of special things. So I wasn't ready to do it emotionally at the time. But after a few years, I was able to get through most of it and let it go. So anyways, I've continued on that journey and I'm still working on bringing cleanness and brightness and open space into my home because I love how it feels to be in places like that. But I've realized a couple things on this journey. I realized that I have a lot of guilt when it comes to throwing things away. I used to just donate garbage to thrift stores or, the DI because I thought, well, maybe somebody wants this. Maybe it's useful. And it makes sense, but some things are clearly garbage. If I would not be willing to give it to anybody I know, then I probably just need to throw it away or find a way to actually upcycle it. Not think that I might, but actually do it is what I've learned. And it's hard. I thought for a long time that if I could just let go of enough things or clean enough that one day I would wake up and not feel behind anymore. I would conquer the clutter once and for all, and it would never be a problem again. But I've realized that thought has been discouraging for me. There usually is not a once and for all, which is a fortunate thing when it comes to second chances. But when it comes to perfectionism, it's disappointing. That's why it's more helpful for me to have a progression mindset. Instead of focusing on perfection, I focus on progression, which is much easier to obtain. I can do it in smaller steps. And perfection is so confusing because often there aren't clear parameters of when perfection's been achieved. So lately I've been at it again, cluttering, letting things go. I had a pile of things in my trunk for over a month that I wanted to let go of, but for whatever reason I struggled to let it go. So the good news is that all problems are thought problems, and thought work is an effective way to work through anything from clutter in our brain to the clutter in my car and my home. So I thought it would be fun to walk through the model with you all as I get out of this place where I was feeling really stuck. How can I let go of this clutter that I want to let go of, but I just feel so stuck? So the circumstance for me was I have a car, I have a house, I have stuff in my car and my house. And then I began my thought download. My thoughts were, I'm messy, I have too much stuff. If I got rid of my stuff, I would feel happy and free. And then I asked myself, is that true? Is there a chance I wouldn't feel happy and free? Can I feel happy and free right now before I let go of anything? I also had a couple of other circumstances come up that fit in the circumstance line. One of them was I want a new desk. And here were my thoughts about that. My current desk isn't working. If I had a new desk, it would be easier to keep it clean. It would fit my space better. I need to let go of some of my stuff too, otherwise it will stay messy, meaning my desk, right? And then I came to another circumstance. I have clothes and a shelf in my trunk. They have been there for a month. My thoughts about that circumstance were, I should have done something with them already. I don't like how hard it is to put other things in my car with all the stuff in there. What am I going to do with this stuff? I want to give it away. It sounds hard. Why does it sound hard? Because what if I need this stuff after I let it go all the way? Right? It was easy to put it from my house into my car, but to actually let it go officially scared me. So I asked myself, is there something in the stuff I think I might need? And I thought, yes, the shelf. And maybe some of the clothes. So I thought, what would I need to do to decide for sure if I need the shelf or clothes? And so I wrote some ideas. I could go through the clothes one more time. But I knew I needed to set a 5-minute timer so that I'd work quickly and not get distracted or sentimental. I also thought I could take the shelf to the space that I thought of where I wanted to use it and see if it fit there. But then I thought, I don't want to do that. I had to use a little hard love on myself and say, if I'm not willing to do those things, then I can decide that if I need something, it will be made available. If I let something go and realize it's important and useful to me, it'll come back. And then I'll appreciate it more than I did before. And so I thought of ideas how I could let these things go. I could put the things out front with a free sign on them. I could take them to the thrift store and donate them. I could give them to a friend. And I could decide what I was going to do in the next 5 minutes. And so I did. I decided that I actually did want to go and see if the shelf would fit in the space. And it did. It works perfectly and beautifully, and I'm super happy with it. And I did go through the clothes, and I found a couple of things that I wanted to keep and put away to see if I wear them at a different season or if my children wore them at a different season. And then the other things, I decided to sell a couple of items and donate a couple of items. So anyways, I was able to get my trunk cleared out, and it felt so good to not be stuck anymore. But that's how my thought work looks when I'm thinking about decluttering. I could have made a whole CTFAR model, but by just doing a thought download, I was able to figure out what I wanted to feel happy and free and organized. And I realized that even by changing the circumstance and letting those things go, I still might not allow myself to feel happy and free and organized. And on the flip side, I didn't have to change anything but my thoughts. And I was able to feel happy and free and organized. And in feeling that way, I was motivated to continue to do things that increased those feelings. By doing the thought work, I get to choose the thoughts that my subconscious was deciding. By intentionally choosing my thoughts, I also get to choose how I want to feel. And then my feeling motivates action and more of those feelings. And I'll start doing whatever I'm motivated to do. And that equals me showing up in new ways and getting new results. So, my question for you is, what area of your life makes you feel stuck right now? I hope that this example will help you make some wiggle room so you can get unstuck. This is Christina Stead. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and a disciple of Jesus Christ. He loves you, He loves me, and He loves us. This is Just a Thought, a podcast for parents wanting to change their mind and change their life.